All right. Hello, hello, hello. And I am Sherry Hemstreet, and we are here with a calibration session today. And today I have Brittany. Brittany, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and say hello?
I am Brittany Ballard. I live in Dallas, Texas. I own a financial education business. So I have the pleasure of sitting down with people all day, teaching them concepts to better themselves financially, things that we're not taught in school.
Wow. Like, I think we all need that. And we all need this to be taught in school. Can I just
Yes, I totally agree.
all right, that's awesome. So today we're going to calibrate you. And calibration, if you don't know, calibration is my own process for the exact way that I hypnotize people and bring them to where they want to be from where they are. So you calibrate to that level. So in this calibration, we're going to work on whatever you have going on today. So let me just ask you, have you ever been hypnotized before?
I have not.
Do you know what to expect?
I don't.
So a lot of people think that hypnotism is, they think of like these stage hypnotists that like make you bark like a dog and hop around like a kangaroo. I don't do any of that. I don't even know how to do that, which is kind of funny. I do consider what I do know how to do to be extraordinarily more useful because literally I have reprogrammed and calibrated people to go from like 0 to 456K. I've had people who have been able to sign $120,000 clients and all kinds of things like that. Everyone has their own breakthrough. Now, hypnosis on its own has about a 93% success rate. The hypnosis that I do, every single client I've ever worked with using this has gotten a result, and namely the result that they want. So
Right.
I hope that gives you a little more confidence as we move forward. And I want to just share what hypnosis is. So, when you are in a state of hypnosis, we are just accessing your subconscious. You're in a very relaxed state. You feel very comfortable. You're going to feel very safe. You're going to feel very relaxed. Quite often, people feel like they're just completely rested at the end of this session. So,
Oh, I
it's
love
not
that.
going to feel like you're sleeping. It's not going to feel like you're out of control. It's not going to feel like you have no choice. You're going to have absolute control in everything. You'll still be able to respond. You'll still be able to hear me. You'll still be fully functional and cognizant.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome, right? All right. So if I had a magic wand, if this was a magic wand, and I could change anything in your life, what would it be?
Anything in my life or in my business?
Well, related to your business. Yes. No.
Okay.
Woo, I might set myself
Like,
up there, huh?
that's a really broad question. So I
Yeah,
would
so maybe
say
not the whole life, but like what is going on? What are you not able to get through in your business that you want? Like what's
I
going on
would
for you?
say I feel like I set a really great example for being an overperformer, but what I struggle with are just sticking to the basics in some cases. I feel like I'm going through hormone treatment right now, and I feel like moods are high and low, and I don't want that to be reflective in my business. And so, with entrepreneurship, income can be high and low. And ultimately, my goal is to make a huge impact on others' lives. And in order to do that, I've got to be consistent in what I am seeking, for reaching out to more people. So I think for me, it would be just focus and being able to narrow down on one task at a time. Whereas I have so many goals that I just feel completely overwhelmed, and I'm looking at goals as if I don't reach them, I feel like I failed. And so I'm
Yeah.
kind of tying that to that. So basically just sticking to the basics, getting to 2 hours a day of income producing activities that are going to generate my business, but also allow me to impact other people's lives. I set it on my calendar. I time block it. I do all the things that I know that I'm taught to do, but actually making it happen is a totally different story. So I feel I'm consistent enough. I'm hitting the numbers that I need to hit, but I really truly feel like I could be doing 5 times what I'm doing right now
Wow.
with the
I
same
love that you are
efforts.
so articulate and so knowledgeable in like what it takes and where you are like Like you had me worried where you're like, my whole life. I'm like, oh God, it's gonna be a laundry list. But no, like you have a really great thing here, right? Because as entrepreneurs, we have the income producing activities. So explain to me what happens when like when are your income producing activity hours? Like between 9 and 11 or where?
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's the
Exactly.
best time to make money in a
That's
business.
right.
Those are the money hours for
Yeah, it's
everybody.
like
So
you know
everyone,
something about business or something.
yes, yes, yes. I've been doing this like God since I don't want to say how long, but yes. So walk me through what this looks like. So walk me through like a typical day, like you have it set, you wake up, you know you're going to do these income producing activities. The alarm goes off, you check your thing, your phone. It says, do the fucking work, Brittany.
Right.
Yeah. And what does Brittany
As
do?
of
Like,
Yeah, as of late, my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. I get up and I work out. I need to incorporate 10 minutes of stretching prior to in the morning and the
I
evening.
mean, what goes on with the income producing activities? Like when
Oh,
the alarm goes off with that, right? Because it's
got it.
like, yeah.
9 a.m. It's like, okay, I've already started my day. So when 9 a.m. comes along, I'm just not setting rigid requirements for myself. So laundry may take precedence, or hey, and a business partner's reached out and they need help with this or that. And I'm doing stuff, but I'm not generating new leads and new
Yeah, you're busy.
activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
So
busy,
you
which I
aren't
can't
even
stand that
sitting
word.
down, like the 9 a.m. alarm bell rings and you don't even, it's not even ass and seat.
Right. It's like I feel like I have so much on my to-do list that, well, I bet I should take care of this instead because I already have this business. So let me nurture this rather than no, there's a definitive 9 to 11, nothing else comes in the way. And then by the time I know it, my day has run me, or I've followed the remainder of my time blocking and realize, well, it's 9 o'clock. I can't reach out to people now, 9 p.m. So
That's like
that's,
self-sabotage at its finest. You are
yeah,
so good at that.
I really am.
That's like
Yeah.
I'm following along and I was like, I saw it as clear. I was like, wow, she's really excelling at that self-sabotage. Like, that's great,
Yeah,
except for that's not going to help you.
that's right. That's right. I have a business coach and we talk often, and she's like my number one supporter. And I am someone who's very critical of myself and of my schedule and of my time. And because, setting goals, it's like, okay, this is what average you're doing, but I look at it like I'm not average. So those aren't my goals. My goals should be way up here. And she's like, okay, I understand what you're saying and I completely agree. However, you need to have some grace. You need to realize that you're doing everything in your power, and you need to have rest time too. You need to take time off because I'll work 7 days. She's like, no, you need to sit in the bath. She gave me homework recently and was like, you need to sit in the bath and have a
Let's
glass of
stay on
wine.
course here. So let's come back. So do you feel, so it's quite often when people tell me because, and ask me how I know this, but quite often when people feel like they're not average, so like average is here and their goal should be here because they're self-critical. Are you enough? Are you
For
enough? Are you enough? Are you enough? Are you good enough? Are you being enough?
I'm definitely worth, yes, I'm enough, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
So doing enough is still a symptom of being enough. Anytime something isn't enough, it's because there's a deficit in our level of enoughness.
Okay, I would agree with that then.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
don't
so
feel
I'm
I
really
measure
glad
up.
that you're open. I'm glad that you're open to that because that's a space where a lot of people become resistant and they're like, no, but I am enough. Like I make this much money, I do this much. And I'm like, that's a lot of stuff to be enough about. Why do you
Right,
need so much to be enough? Why is everything
right.
external to be enough? Right. So there's a lot of this. So I have something I can get for you about that. That'll be separate from this. We'll get that to you.
Okay.
The other thing I want to say that stood out to me, give me a second. it was around, oh, that was it. Was there a time when the 9 a.m. alarm bell to do the 2 hours of outreach would go off and you would get your ass in a seat? So there's been a shift there.
Yeah, it's pretty inconsistent.
Okay. Was there ever a time when it was consistent and you fell off, or has it always just been inconsistent?
I think it's always been inconsistent. I feel like I go through highs and lows. Like I get, I'm on cloud 9 and then I'm burnt out, and then I, take a break and then I get back on cloud 9.
Repeat the
Power
cycle.
back into it. Yeah, exactly.
I
Because
get
I'll go
that.
hard. I'll go hard for a good bit, and then I'm like, okay, I need a break. I've worked hard. I see my results coming,
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I love that. And I love your level of self-awareness. So I guess the next thing I want to say is, the next thing I want to ask, I know, like it's these questions that I'm like, I just want to pull this out.
Yeah, do not feel fearful. Like throw
No,
whatever
I
at
don't.
me.
I don't.
Okay.
It's so good, and it's the energy of me formulating it. It's like I'm in my moment of glory here. I love these things,
I
right?
believe in you.
This moment is my moment, and I'm gonna shine. No, but that's it, right? So it's interesting because you're telling me, like, I'm doing good financially, but I have all these deliverables and these things. And it's interesting because in business, we know that more money grows more business, solves business problems, that would give you your time back, because as
Yes,
business owners, we buy time.
that's right.
And it's interesting that you're putting off buying time for being a workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I only find that interesting, but yeah, like that's definitely a thing there, huh?
Yeah, I think so. With my overall goal, I've got to build other people to free myself from having to be a workhorse. But I think I've always been a workhorse, and I think I will always be a workhorse by choice. But is it efficient?
I think we know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I think we do. Yeah. Right. And if you actually made more money just by bringing in new business, all the old business would take care of itself.
That's
It always
right.
does. Yeah.
The one
Perfect.
thing.
So one thing. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So you're distracted, you're unfocused, you're running around like a crazy groundhog, grabbing all the shiny objects and doing everything but the 2 hours in the seat. How are you going to feel like when you connect to yourself in the future and you have been doing this for like 3 months? How are you going to feel because you are spending 2 hours in the seat working the leads? Call the damn leads.
Right. Right.
That's what just came in my head. We know where I'm going with that, but how are you going to feel when you're actually producing?
I mean, that's the key to really just killing it without killing it. Consistency is what generates the momentum, and everything comes from consistency. And I've done that in other aspects of my life recently, and I'm feeling that momentum. I'm feeling the results, and I'm excited about it.
So you're going to feel momentum.
So in my business, I definitely feel like I'm the one that's driving most of things.
Let's circle back. We got a little off course there. So like in 3 months, after you've been getting your ass in the seat for 3 months producing, how are you going to feel about the shifts that are happening? How are you going to feel because you are doing the 2 hours? Is that clear there?
Yeah, I felt like I was getting to that with
ultimately,
sorry. No, you're good. I feel like ultimately the focus is what's going to drive everything I've ever wanted. So why am I not doing it? I haven't figured that out. So I think I'm going to be financially feeling good. I think I'm going to grow like crazy. I think it's just going to relieve a lot of stress. I'm going to feel liberated. I'm going to feel accomplished.
Liberated. Stress-free. Accomplished. Liberated, stress-free, accomplished. What else did you say? Liberated, stress-free, accomplished, motivated, momentum.
Yes.
Okay.
Fulfilled.
Good, good. There we go. And what's your self-talk going to be? What is your self-talk going to be and sound like at that point?
I think that's where the worth comment comes in. I am worthy. I am fulfilled. I am doing all the things that I have set out to do.
Okay.
I feel I tie a lot of my worth to my accomplishments.
Yep. Yep. Worthy, fulfilling, doing the things. That's a common thing for high achievers.
It's a double-edged sword.
Can be. Can be, definitely. All right. So the self-talk. So give me a couple statements. What does that sound like in your head? Like, I am worthy. I'm deserving. What are some other things like, yes, you're doing it. You're doing so good. You're sitting down. Like, is it any of those things?
I mean, I feel like we're constantly driven to focus on the fundamentals. And I think that that would be, you know, I'm doing the work. I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing. My business is growing. I am accomplishing, you know, all that I need to accomplish by sticking to these fundamentals. I am
Would you
successful.
say you've conquered yourself? Would you say like you've conquered yourself? You've conquered this, you've overcome something? Would you say you're crushing it? Like, what verbiage resonates with you?
I'm killing it.
Okay, there we go. There's some verbiage. Like, I'm like, give me the verbiage. I'm killing it.
Killing it.
With gusto. With gusto. How you really feel there, Brittany? How? How do you really feel?
How do I really feel about that?
That was rhetorical because you're like, I'm killing it. And you just lit up, like everything lit up. You were like, yes, I'm killing it. It's everything. Yes. And I was like, really? How do you feel about that? All right. So where do you do this? Where do you do this 2 hours of work? I know everybody has like either a home office or they sit in a certain space or they have like a thing, a space, where is your space for that?
I'm typically at my desk or I'll walk around.
When you do the 2 hours, you're going to walk around?
Yes.
Okay. You're a pacer.
Sometimes I do that, especially if it's a phone call, I'm walking.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So.
But generally, I would say probably at my desk.
Okay. So we're going to say that you're going to start by sitting at the desk because that's going to program you.
Okay.
Okay, sitting at desk, yes. And is there any other way that you're being? So how do you find these leads? How do you source them? Like, what's your process there? Do you have like a leads list? Do you like, walk me through this just in a generalized way.
Everything is generated organically by referrals or warm market. So I reach out to people that I know.
And are these calls or emails?
Calls or text.
Okay. Calls or texts.
Or sometimes Facebook Messenger. It kind of depends.
Okay. That's still kind of text. We'll just call that text, right? Messaging. Yeah. Same thing. And about how many dials, for lack of a better word, because that's what we're all like, used to, but how many dials are you doing a day, or what's your goal there?
The goal would be to have at least 10 quality conversations, but I ultimately contact about 25 a day.
Okay. Just give me a minute. What is this ultimately going to mean for you? Like the results that this is going to produce, and like when this changes. So let's like fast forward toward the end of the year. Say we're so like we're not even, we'll call it February. Okay. So February, March, April. So it's the end of April, and you've like literally not missed a single fucking day. Everyone is so proud of you. You are so proud of you. You just keep trucking along. Where did this ultimately bring you at the end of the year? Like what changes in your life because of this?
Everything. I mean, the size of my business, my income, the impact on other people. I mean, I just think that I would be a totally different person personally. I think my attitude about myself would be different. I think my attitude toward my business would be different, like the people in my business. I think I'm a great leader, and I'm a huge giver. But I think for me, it would be ultimately self-fulfilling, because I'm consistently giving out to other people. This is something that would give back to me as well and help everyone else.
Yeah, when you make your life easier, it usually makes everyone else's easier.
Yeah.
It's the one space that the trickle down theory works.
Yeah. We need that. I internalize a lot, so I give out all the good to everyone else, but then I like keep all the trash in my arms,
Girl, that's another good enough thing. We are sending you that training.
Just being honest.
No, I want you to be honest. See, these are like the things that like these are, unless you're actually trained to understand and you have a high level of self-awareness. So in other words, because you're not me, you don't sit around doing this to yourself, because you do this to other people too all day long. But and most people wouldn't even pick it up. Like most people who are watching this are going to be like, how does she even like, what? I feel that way. Do I have a good enough problem? Right. But the thing is, it's like, it all comes together in different things and the way you describe things. And we think it's okay. And we think we're enough, and it could be that like, you're very, very close. You just need a little topped there. Right. That's what it is. Because here's what I know about people who are good enough. They're not workhorses. They have life balance. They have happiness. They're not self-critical. They are not making life harder for themselves. They're not making business harder for themselves. And if you've checked any of those off, or more than one, right? So,
or all of them.
okay. I'm not trying to call you out. We're here to like, I get it. I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus, but right. And it's like those things, or like, that, and just your self-perception around being enough is going to do remarkable things. Right. Like it's going to change everything. Like being enough, you wouldn't talk to yourself or hold yourself to immeasurable standards. And that's like the first thing that like caught my attention, because I used to do that, because that was me. I was the poster child for like, oh, you're the overachiever. I'm the ultimate overachiever.
Yes.
Like, oh, you did that and it's nearly impossible. I'll do double that. It'll be nearly impossible. Right. It almost kill me, but like,
that's right.
Yeah. Right. And that's just not even necessary. It's not. Like when you let go of that, you're going to feel so good. And I know this training, and I will get you the details for that, and it will take you no time to go through. So that'll be good. Okay. But today, We are going to liberate you from the grips of self-sabotage.
Bring it on.
Liberate you. Sometimes I get a little dramatic. That's how I'm feeling. I don't know. I use the word liberated. I get excited.
Yeah. It's like skydiving.
No, this is nothing like skydiving. This is safe and this is a sure thing, and there is no wetting your pants on the way down.
Well, I'm
Nothing
a
like
huge
skydiving.
fan of skydiving. I love it. It's the best feeling I've ever had.
So this might be the second best feeling or the different best feeling you will ever have, but we are not going to call it like skydiving because that just freaks me the fuck out that people like, oh my God, no, this is so much more calm. So much. All right, you little adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, when I say liberation, that's what I'm talking about.
We're not liberating your soul from your body. We're integrating more of you into the presence. God help us all. Okay, so we're just gonna, I don't know where we're gonna go from here now. Like, this is the point where I hypnotize you and I am just like, so like, I might be a little like flustered and out of my element, but here we go. Okay, so if you're sitting in a comfortable, what's that?
Gotta keep you on your toes.
All right, so if you're sitting in a comfortable position with your back comfortably straight, I'm going to ask you to just roll your eyes up into the middle of your forehead right there, and you're going to focus on that. Now, I noticed that you moved away. Can you still hear me comfortably? And I'm also going to have to hear you, so speak.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yes, people get significantly more quiet when they are in a hypnotic state, and also I speak in a less loud and boisterous tone because that can be disruptive to a hypnotic state.
Okay.
So just bring your attention and focus on the space between your eyebrows and allow yourself to look up and inward as you're looking up with your eyes open into your forehead. There we go. And you're looking up and you're looking into your forehead and you are relaxing, letting go of the cares of the day. And in this space, you're feeling a slight bit of pressure as you look up and inward, focusing and allowing that pressure to just be firm, just allowing it to build and be what it is, making peace with it, calming, relaxing, allowing yourself to be in the moment. And as you focus there and as you feel the pressure, it's comfortable but noticeable. And you will notice that your eyes begin to flutter. You'll want to flick them or blink them, and that's okay. And you just allow that. Just allow your eyes to blink and flutter just like that. That's right, because that is suggestibility coming upon you. And the more and more you flutter your eyes, the more and more suggestible you are going to be. And in this space, I'm going to ask you to just allow your eyelids to drop down, close, shut. Allow them to relax. Yes. And your eyelids are so heavy right now. Your eyelids are so heavy right now because you choose for them to be so heavy right now. You're deeply, deeply relaxed, disconnecting from the cares of the day and focusing only on the sound of my voice. As you allow yourself to drift deeper, go deeper, relax deeper. And in this space, you find yourself comfortable. You find yourself safe. And as we continue, I am going to count you down from 10 to 1. And at 1, you will be fully, deeply relaxed, completely relaxed. And as you relax, releasing, you find yourself focused on your breathing, allowing yourself to slow down internally at 10. As you allow yourself to focus, to relax, to let go of all of the cares of your day, completely releasing any stress, any tension, any thoughts, any cares. relaxing your neck, releasing your jaw, allowing all of the little muscles around your eyes to go limp, let loose, and release. Allowing all of the little muscles in your scalp to let go, let loose, and release. You're feeling quite relaxed at 9. And as you relax even deeper, you allow yourself to feel completely free in this moment. And as you allow yourself to feel completely free, you feel as if you are floating, feeling weightless, feeling carefree, feeling simply amazing. Your mind is completely empty. You're deeply, deeply relaxed, feeling safe and secure because you've chosen to be here at 8. You've chosen to be here because this is what you want. And this is the space of transformation. This is the transformation that you desire. The workshop of transformation happens here. As you allow yourself to let go, let loose, and relax deeper, going deeper, you're going to just drop your chin down as if you were looking down a flight of stairs ever so slightly and comfortably. And your chin just drops as you relax even deeper into yourself, letting go, letting loose, feeling a calm and a peacefulness take over at 7. And as you feel as if you're floating, you feel the energy of who you are. You feel the pure consciousness of your being. You feel completely weightless, carefree, limitless, unrestrained by any of the heaviness of the physical world, going deeper at 6. And as you allow yourself to drop deeper, go deeper, sleep deeper, relax deeper, you notice that you are still completely in control. You can still hear me. You can still be completely aware of everything, even in a deep state of sleep, because it's not really sleep. It's just a deep state of awareness and relaxation. Focused on my voice, focused on your pure consciousness at 5. And every time you listen to me count you down, you go deeper, drop deeper, relax deeper, go faster, sleep now, because this is your desire to do so. Because every time you do this, you are reprogramming yourself for exactly what you desire. You are becoming the person you deeply desire. And it's effortless the way your new behaviors take shape. At 4, you drop deeper, go deeper, relax deeper, let loose, feeling comfortable, safe, and secure as you embark on your next level of liberation, allowing yourself to go even deeper at 3, letting loose, letting go of anything that is not pure consciousness, allowing your conscious mind to step aside so that you can work directly with the subconscious. So you can have all of the results that you want, dropping deeper, going deeper at 2, at 1, you are completely, deeply relaxed. Go 10 times deeper, deeper now, sleep now. Brittany, how do you feel right now?
I feel really relaxed.
Really relaxed. Yes, and you feel comfortable, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're completely able to communicate. And I love that. And so right now, Brittany, I want you to imagine, just imagine that in your hand, your left hand, is a lemon, and this lemon is in your left hand. And is your lemon bumpy or smooth?
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
It's smooth, perfect. And is your lemon warm or cool?
Warm.
Warm, perfect. I want you in the imagination, in your mind, I want you to bring this lemon to your nose, and I want you to deeply inhale the lemony smell of it. And then I want you to open your mouth and take a big bite right through the lemon. Sink your teeth into the flesh, into the pith, into the fruit, into the juice. You have juice dripping down your mouth, juice all over your tongue, juice is everywhere. And it's tart and sour, and it's, oh, do you feel it?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we'll just put that lemon aside for right now. So Brittany, we're here because we're working on something together, you and I, and you feel very comfortable working on that with me, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And what we're working on today is you have this habit of self-sabotage where you're avoiding doing the thing that would get you to the space that you deeply desire to be. You would have a bigger business, your team would be better supported. In fact, doing this one activity would solve all of the problems in your business, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But there's a reason you're not doing that activity, and we don't know what it is. We have no idea right now what it is. We just know that you're distracted. So there is an answer, and the answers are all contained within your subconscious. And right now, I'm just going to ask you to be open as your subconscious brings up the exact first moment, the exact moment that is causing you to avoid doing the behavior, to avoid taking the action. This exact moment happened in your life, in your past, and you may not know that this is what contributed to it, but your subconscious knows. Your subconscious has all of the answers. And your subconscious is going to bring you to that perfect moment, the moment that's going to give you the answers, and you're going to understand when this started and why, because you're going to be transported and you're going to see that scene. You're going to see it right now in 3, 2, 1. Be there. Be there now. Brittany, you're looking at a scene, you're seeing something, you're viewing it. Are you viewing this scene? Are you inside or outside?
Outside.
You're outside. Is it daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
It's nighttime. Are you happy or sad?
Sad.
And you're sad. Why are you sad? You're just viewing it. You're not reliving it. It's okay. If you are in the body of yourself, I want you to step out of it and just view this. It's okay. Can you view this instead of reliving this?
Mm-hmm.
Good. We're just viewing it. We're not reliving the emotions. We're not going to put ourselves back in that space. We're just going to be viewing it. What's got you sad, Brittany?
This loss of my dad.
Oh, God, that is tough. How old were you?
18.
Wow. Well, of course you're sad because you've just lost your dad. What scene are you looking at?
Just finding him or realizing what's going on.
You found your father?
I didn't see him, but I was the first one to get there.
Okay. Can you give me some more details about what happened so I can understand the situation better?
Yeah, so my mom had left my dad, and my dad eventually, after losing his job of 23 years and company going under, wife filing for divorce, he committed suicide.
I am so deeply sorry for that, Brittany.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. And I can understand how completely overwhelming and life-changing that must have been for you.
Mm.
I'm going to ask you a tough question now, Brittany. And because we're accessing your subconscious, and because your subconscious has brought us to this moment, we know that this moment has had a deep impact on you and your current actions and behavior that you're looking to transform. Can you tell me what about this scene contributes to the problem we're solving today?
I feel like there's almost belief that I'm not deserving.
Yeah. Why is that? It's okay to cry.
I think there's a lot of hurt,
Yeah.
not necessarily from that action, but from what took place after between my mom and myself. And while I feel I'm on a pedestal and like I need to prove that I'm not the product of that mindset, that, you know, no one in my family has ever done what I've done in my life. And there's a pressure there to take it to exponential, just exponential.
Achievements.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost to just blow it out of the water, as if it was like that happened for me, not to me.
Sure. Sure. That can be a lot, right? That can be a lot to deal with. And that's a lot of overcompensation for being worthy and deserving. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. Wow. I think you've gotten quite a bit of insight here and a huge answer. Do you feel like you've gotten a lot of clarity from this scene?
I think that's something that I feel like I've known.
Sure. We always
But
know. But have you been lying to
yeah,
yourself about it or pushing it down, working aside and around it?
yeah, that's basically how I cope in general.
Yeah. So we can't ignore things, push them down, work beside, around, and everywhere except for head on to them. So the great thing about this is you're in a space that you have a lot of answers, because you probably haven't sat down and made this super clear, but you're in a space that you have a lot of answers as to why you have to be an overachiever and who you're proving that you're worthy to or good enough for or deserving. You have a lot of answers for why you're overworking, and the fact of the matter is I don't think anyone else in your family, any of their accomplishments have anything to do with yours. I think you get to decide what it is you want to achieve from a space of purity in your own heart, of what's meant for you and right for you. How does that idea feel?
I believe I'm already better off than they are in every aspect of
Sure.
my life. So it's not necessarily that, it's just there's been, when you lose someone to suicide, human nature is to blame.
Well, yeah.
And many people would say, like I had people tell me at one point, that's not genetic, right? Or, as if they were just like watching me to see what would happen next.
Ah, I get it. So you had to prove that you weren't on the same trajectory.
Yeah, and I'm like, to me, like, I don't agree with that
Yeah, you don't have
approach.
to.
But
Yeah, you don't have to.
I mean, I don't agree with him taking his life. I think that's very selfish, but he's also like my favorite person in the world still. And to say something like that was just like common sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like because of the relationship that people have with him, they're constantly watching to see what I do.
Yeah. So I understand. So you feel the need to prove that you're not on the same trajectory or making the same choices, that you're not the same person.
Yeah, I feel the need to prove that, to continue to prove that my dad was that much of an incredible person that he produced me.
Yeah. He was an incredible person and he did produce you. I don't think you can prove that any more than your own existence. Does your own existence prove how incredible he was?
I think so.
Yeah. Does that sound reasonable and logical to believe that because he was so incredible, he produced an amazing, beautiful, capable, powerful woman from himself?
Yeah, I guess I don't know why I tie myself to needing to do more.
Yeah, well, we're not going to focus on needing to do more, but at this point, I think it's important to recognize that you can't prove that your father was anything but, or you can't prove that he did anything other than create you because you're in existence. Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm saying that? Yeah. Sometimes it's the simple things and being able to see that you've tied yourself up in this energy of proving it, and the proof has been there all along. Yeah. Brittany, do you think we have everything and all of the clarity we need to understand from this particular scene?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm just going to give you a second to breathe through the moment. Allow yourself to drop down into a space of peace and calm. And as you drop down into a space of peace and calm, moving back from this moment, you're going to go to another moment in time, a moment in your past, a moment that you have already lived that is contributing and is going to give you answers as to why you are having the experience you are having today and on this call and with your own business. So you're going to go to this exact scene and you're going to get the exact answers, and everything is going to be revealed. Be there in 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Is it daytime or nighttime?
I'm not sure that I have clarity.
Okay, that's okay. All right, we're going to drop down. I'm going to count you down from 5 to 1, and you're going to see the scene. You're going to see the scene even more clearly at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be there deeper, be there now. Are you inside or outside?
Inside.
You're inside. Do you recognize where you are?
Yes.
Are you happy or sad?
Hmm. I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. Maybe you can't identify it. What are you doing inside?
And being.
You're being you?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I feel like
In
it's
this,
more in the present.
in your present? Okay. So you're at your home right now?
No, I feel like I'm at the office.
Oh, okay. All right. You're at the office inside. And what's going on for you in this scene?
I'm just socializing,
Okay.
talking to peers.
Okay. And you're not sure how you feel?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there is some significance to this scene. We just have to do the work to find it. And so it's going to reveal itself. But if you had to guess, what's going on in this scene that you were brought here to see?
Um, I hope I'm giving you the right answers.
So, so I think you're overthinking this. So just drop down and relax. You don't need to give me the right answers. The right answers are going to come from your subconscious. So just going to drop you down. I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1, and you're going to completely release and let go. We're going to leave this scene at 10, dropping down at 9, going deeper and relaxing at 8, 7, 6, going deeper, 5, releasing, 4, letting go, 3, completely relaxed at 2, fully and completely, deeply relaxed at 1. Brittany, I'm going to ask that you allow your subconscious to bring you to a perfect moment in your past that is contributing to what you're experiencing now. And I don't want you to overthink this. I don't want you to even worry about any scene that you see or question it. We're just going to go through and observe it, and the answers are going to be so obvious, okay? Are you with me?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So you're going to be at a completely new scene that's going to give us answers and insight in 3, 2, 1. Be there. Be there now. Brittany, are you inside or outside?
Inside.
You're inside. Okay. And do you recognize where you are?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you?
I feel like it's the very same place.
That's fine. That's fine. You're in the same place. That's great. And do you know how you're feeling in this scene?
Negative.
You're feeling negative?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you feeling negative?
There's a mixed emotion about it.
Okay. Can you tell me about that?
It feels like an obligation.
It feels like an obligation to be at your office?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not bringing you the level of joy it once did, or
That's
is
right.
it something? Okay. Is this something you felt for a while and you didn't want to recognize?
I think I've recognized it, but I'm doing what I'm told.
Ah, so you're pushing your feelings aside to follow orders, essentially,
Right,
right? Out of obligation.
right.
Yeah. Well, that does make sense. If you're doing something out of obligation, would you really want to do the 2 hours worth of work that would grow it?
I think it's just people.
So it's people. Explain that.
Well, I work independently
Mm-hmm.
and I plug into an office of people that I don't want to duplicate.
Okay. That makes sense. So how do you think this is contributing? Spell it out for me like I'm 5, right? How is this contributing to your current situation?
I feel like there's a lot of heavy criticism,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I respect and understand a lot of the advice. I see that those people aren't examples of what they're saying.
Now they're not necessarily walking their talk.
Right. And my goals are far more than what these people are doing,
Yeah.
which is why I joined an entrepreneur group outside of what I do,
Yeah,
be around
for
bigger
sure.
thinkers.
That makes sense. So how is this, what way is this stopping you or sabotaging you from making the calls? I think I need to understand that better.
I just feel like there's a lot of unethical competition.
And you don't want to participate in that, and making the calls would be participating?
No, that really has no, I need to make the calls.
Okay.
I just feel I'm being compared to people who've been given things or I'm expected to earn things.
Okay.
And that's kind of been my experience in any career.
So I'm still having a hard time from an outside position understanding the correlation. If you could summarize this like in a different way, would that be possible, Brittany?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, there's really no justification that I feel I've had to work super hard to get everything that I've earned, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. And then the
And
correlation to that.
I don't know, it just feels exhausting.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. The work is exhausting. The hard work is exhausting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the job is simple, but the people are incredible. The clients
But let's
and
let's stay focused on the hard work is exhausting, because I know that I know you have a great outlook for so many things, but we're going to focus on that thread right there. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Yeah. So the hard work is exhausting. And How does that correlate? There's a link between the hard work being exhausting and you not wanting to sit down to do the calls. Can you put that link together for me?
Yeah, I just feel like I've been as positive as I can be, and while I'm seeing growth, it's not moving at the speed that I desire.
So that's why you're not making the calls?
I don't know, I just feel discouraged, like,
It feels a bit pointless.
I mean, logically, no, that's never pointless.
Well, we're not worried about logic, baby. We're just worried about how you feel. Right? Because we know logically what it takes to build a business. You're brilliant. You understand so much. You know exactly what it takes. You could lead a class on it. But there's a reason you're not doing it, right? And that reason is going to be based in an emotion or a feeling. Whenever we aren't doing something that we know will give us what we want, there's a feeling that's our GPS that will guide us to get that answer. And I think this is a really important GPS moment. Do you see how this could unlock everything?
Mhm.
Yeah. But you have to let yourself feel that emotion or identify that feeling. Or even thought, like, you said you were feeling disappointed and it felt hopeless.
I just feel discouraged for,
Discouraged. Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like I want things more than other people do, and I have no
Mhm.
control over that. Clients, business partners, all of it.
Yeah. Okay. So could you look at this scene and say, by feeling like you have no control over it, that you could possibly be avoiding sitting down and doing the work because it would just give you more work that you wouldn't feel like you had control over and you were already discouraged? Does that seem reasonable?
I'm not sure that that's spot on.
Say that again.
I'm not sure that that's correct.
Okay. All right. Might not be. Might not be. So, what do you think it is then?
I really don't know.
Okay. We'll come back to this scene. How about that? We're going to leave this scene, okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Take a deep breath and relax. It's okay. It's okay. The answers are going to come to you and it's all going to be revealed and it's going to make sense and it's going to be much easier than you think. I think. I think you think it has to be hard. Maybe because you think that you have to work so hard, but these answers can come easily. So in this space, I'm going to count you down from 3 to 1, and you're just going to relax deeper, let loose, let go, and release. 3, 2, 1, relax, deeply relax. And Brittany, I'm just going to ask your subconscious to bring us to a third and final scene. And in this third and final scene, it's going to give us the answers, and it's going to tie all of this together so it makes sense for us. And it's going to be so easy to understand and spot. And this is a scene from your past, a scene that you've already lived, and a scene that you will easily identify. And you will be there in 3, 2, 1. Be there. Be there now. Are you inside or outside?
Outside.
You're outside. And is it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Okay. Are you happy or sad?
Happy.
You're happy. That's wonderful. What's going on that you're happy?
We're driving in a car with the top down and the wind like blowing through your hair.
Oh, that's so carefree. I love that. Who are you with?
Don't remember her name.
That's okay. A friend?
A family friend.
Okay, that's great. Do you remember
Debbie.
how old you? What's that?
Debbie, I believe.
Debbie, wonderful. Driving with the top down with Debbie, having fun and being carefree. Do you remember how old you were around at that time?
Yeah, I think I was like 15.
Oh, that must have been great for your 15-year-old self, huh? Yeah. And what's so significant about this moment, this carefree moment that you were liberated from everything but this moment?
There's just like a once in a lifetime person and a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, those moments are so amazing. So it's wonderful that your subconscious brought this up. This sounds like something you haven't thought of recently.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah. So what's so significant about this scene?
I want to live my life like she does.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. I see that. You want that carefree happiness, don't you?
Yeah, she was just an incredible person.
You know, I would say that you could only see that she was an incredible person because we recognize in others what we have in ourselves.
Thank you.
They're just reflections. Oh, it's not a thank you, dear, but I appreciate the acknowledgement. That's an age-old truth. If I knew anything about anything, and I don't know fuck about shit, I don't even like that word, but I don't know much about a fucking thing, if we're being honest. But if I knew anything about anything, if I had to take a guess, I would say that this scene contrasted with your last scene. If it was me, or if I was
Oh,
smart, I would
you're right.
say that the contrast is that in one hand, that's how I want to be living, and in the other hand, that's nothing I want to be living.
Right.
And that's not being true to yourself, is it?
No.
You know, it's a funny thing, no matter how critical we are and how much we think we can punish ourselves into behavior, and how much we can force ourselves to do the things, you know what always wins is alignment, our truth. I'm going to ask you a question. And again, not a fucking thing do I know. I came from the University of Dropouts, okay? So like, don't know anything, but I trust that you know, and I trust that you're the authority on you. And I'm just wondering, is it possible that the reason you're not sitting your ass down to do these 2 hours is because whatever it is here is out of alignment with your truth?
I think so.
I gotta tell you, Brittany, that's about the toughest pill that could ever be swallowed. That's a harsh truth right there.
I've been feeling like the last several months that I'm like outgrowing these people.
That's entirely possible. I mean, it's entirely possible. You are not average and you are not meant to be average. And let's face it, a lot of people are very comfortable there, and that's okay. No judgment to them. Everyone has to live their life and their truth. But it sounds to me like you're fighting your truth a lot and you're trying to muscle through.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
I apologize. I should have brought tissues.
I apologize. I should have thought of bringing you tissues. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
okay.
sorry. Can you make it through? We're through the sad part. Can you make it through?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. So Brittany, I think we've gotten a lot of clarity. Do you feel like there's any more scenes or anything you need to see to understand this deeper?
No.
Brittany, I'm going to ask you if you could do something for me. I'm going to ask you to just imagine in your mind that you have 3 Polaroid pictures, and it's these 3 scenes. In one scene, um, we have you needing to prove that you're not your dad and you won't take those actions. That's in one Polaroid. And the other Polaroid, you're the zombie at this workplace kind of thing with these people just going, what the fuck am I doing here? And why are they talking to me? Maybe not in your words, but you know what I'm saying, right? And then in the third one, we're hanging out with Debbie, having the time of our life, rocking out. And I love it, right? All 3 of these Polaroids tell a story. And that story that they tell is exactly what's going on for you and why you aren't getting the ass in the seat and the 2-hour dials. Can you share with me what that story is?
Yeah, I feel like there's a tendency to want to prove myself, but I'm associating with the wrong people who are going to take me to the level of what I want to achieve.
Yeah.
By obligation.
Now, by obligation, do you mean people pleasing, or can you explain the word obligation just so I have a real clear understanding of you?
There's an expectation for leadership. Basically, my mentor is expecting me to show up and continue to build a business with those people.
Yeah. And that's completely out of alignment for you.
Right.
And you haven't been able to speak up and you haven't done anything about that.
That mentor is that person.
Oh,
I have,
okay.
yeah, so it's like the more I learn, the less I want to do with it.
Oh, what's
I
the
know they're
solution?
doing just breaking off and doing my own thing, which I
And you've been
already do.
avoiding that for a while.
Yeah, out of fear.
No, that's oh, Brittany, I just want to hug you. Is that okay? Is it okay that I just want to hug you? Like I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been afraid.
yeah,
Well, but you know, we only fear what's right for us.
that's true.
God knows none of us fear a second head growing out of our neck.
Right.
Now, granted, you know, no A&P physiology scholar here, but you know, either you, me, or the next 1,000 people we would survey would even give two fucks about that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So what are you going to do about that, Brittany?
I think I'm going to reach out to someone who's done it, who's dissociated.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
And just see what she says.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then I've got to do the things and allow that to be motivation to build what I want.
Okay, talk
from
to me a bit
scratch.
about that. Can you do that?
I really
What is
think
it?
if I just keep doing, if I am in a position of knowing all or nothing, if I'm kind of put between a rock and a hard place to do something on my own, that's
You can
going to
always count on
attract.
yourself.
That's right. Like that's going to attract the people that I want,
Yeah.
but it's also going to allow me to build what I want.
Yeah.
And that's what she's done. And she's killing it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That shows why you haven't been able to, huh?
I think it's been a thought in the back of my head. I just haven't entertained it. It's not a comfortable thought. So
No, we
like
always,
like average people, I've just kind of succumbed.
yeah, well, no, I wouldn't say that. Like, you know, Brittany, you're pretty tough on yourself, but the fact of the matter is like you might have known it, but you weren't willing to give it any airtime and you weren't willing to acknowledge it. And you have a behavior where if it doesn't work and suit what you think, you just push it down, push it away, lock it up, put it in a box, and over there it goes.
Yeah.
But eventually you got to pay the price on all those storage fees.
That's right.
That's right. And today we're paying the price. So of course it's not, look, I can't bring you to a space of something that you don't already know. But in this space, I think you've gotten the exact clarity that you need. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So this has definitely shifted where I thought this was going. So I have to reformulate our calibration. So if you could just stay in trance and help me out here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think we're going from and where our new path looks instead of because I think you'll be very motivated to build your own thing. And I know you're a betting on yourself kind of girl because like, hello, same. So I think I have a good understanding of a lot of things there. But I want to make a calibration about your new path. Do you feel like that would serve you, or do you feel like you need the strength to speak to the people and take the next steps to get to there? Well, tell me what you think would serve you best at this point.
Honestly, I feel like I have a lot on my plate and that would just add. And the reason why I haven't pursued that is because I'm trying to focus on the main thing. And if, whether it's easier to plug in, but I've been communicating this to a business partner of mine. And I don't think he will go for it.
Okay, so I'm super confused now and I don't know where to go.
So I haven't You're asking me next steps. Next steps.
No. So for a calibration, we want to take you from where you are to where you want to be. So originally on this calibration, I was going to calibrate you to create the routine of consistency, and then you would create this behavior so that you were doing the thing that you wanted to do.
Right.
But that doesn't seem to apply in this case now, does it?
Not with alignment, no.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. So is it fear that's holding you back? What do we need to focus on here?
Not really sure. It seems like just overwhelmed. There's so much to do and like so little time to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just not making it priority.
Okay.
I don't know how to shift that.
What are you not making a priority?
The 9 to 11.
Okay, so you still want to do that?
I think that's priority.
Okay, so I misunderstood because a second ago I thought we had just covered that it wouldn't make sense to do that because it would be out of alignment. Am I
I think
confused?
I think it all goes together. Because if I do 9 to 11, I could break free from that and do what I feel is in alignment.
Gotcha. It's the gateway.
Right.
Fantastic. We're off to the races, Brittany. Hold on. Fantastic. All right. I'm going to have you stay in trance, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording for just a minute to make a few notes. And then we're going to get into your active calibration. Okay. You're going to stay in trance. You're going to stay comfortable. You're going to stay right where you are. Is that all good for you, Brittany?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Just going to stop the recording.